Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode here on The Loop. Today we're continuing to look at the book of Ezekiel. Ezekiel is a prophet who is sent to confront people who are both sinful and stubborn. This week we've had to own up to the fact that sometimes we're the ones who are sinful and stubborn. But there are other times when God wants to use us just like He used Ezekiel. He wants us to reach out to those who are sinful and stubborn. It's not an easy job, but it's an important job. In Ezekiel 22, verse 30, God said, "I looked for someone among the people who would build up the wall and stand before me in the gap on behalf of the land so that I would not have to destroy it. But I found no one." Listen to me. God doesn't want to destroy people. He wants to save people. But in order to save people who are sinful and stubborn, He needs someone to stand in the gap. He needs someone who is willing to insert themselves between a perfect God and imperfect people. He needs people like Ezekiel, people who care enough to confront. The problem is that God is looking for people like Ezekiel, but He finds no one. No one who's willing to stand in that gap. When Jesus was on the earth, He said it like this: "The harvest is plentiful, but the workers are few." There are very few people who are willing to do the important work of reconciling sinful man to a perfect God. When it comes to the people that you know, people who might be a little sinful and stubborn, who's standing in the gap for them? Think about the people that you work with, the people in your neighborhood, the other families on the ball team, the parents who are sitting beside you in the bleachers. Is anyone standing in the gap for them? Or maybe the better question is this: why don't you stand in the gap for them? Why don't you tell them about Jesus? Why don't you invite them to church? Why don't you buy them a book or share with them a message that might change their life? God is looking for people who care enough to confront. Would you be willing to stand in that gap? If Jesus stood in the gap for you and me, we need to be like Jesus and stand in the gap for others.